Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL ESEA Pro League. I'm Justin Kaplan, joined by Anders, and we're about to kick off our first game from Group B, CLG up against Fnatic. And I'll be damned, we're going to see Mirage.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell the analyst desk was kind of surprised, and I think we were too as well. You were saying Overpass, and that almost made it through. It would have pretty made a lot more sense as well, but yeah, we ended up on Mirage. So bit of a strange choice, I would say, for CLG. I have to agree.
Very, yeah. And JDM, I think for me, he's going to be the saving grace, the man on your screen right there. If he can control middle against Fnatic with the AWP, if they can get it in his hands multiple times, I feel like he might be able to give them what they need to take some good rounds off of Fnatic. You know, we know JW loves to get aggressive in middle time and time again. Crim's, off towards short to help protect him, and Pronax sitting back towards B. And then the teamwork between Olaf and Crim, towards A and Flesh towards short is just, it's phenomenal. It doesn't get much better than that.
No, you're right. And I mean, yeah, it has to be like a whole range of miracles essentially working out here for the CLG team for this to work out. JDM with an AWP early on, and Fnatic maybe screwing up a couple of things, but even then it's going to be hard. Fnatic is one of those teams that's really good at winning eco rounds where they just buy a couple of pistols, even on a map like this. So it'll be more than just a little bit uphill.
And I'm a little bit worried for CLG when it comes to the force buys, if they do any of that. For a certain reason, JDM, let's just say this, he has 371 total kills in the entire season. 329 of those are from the AWP. He's got 19 kills with an AK and 19 kills with a P250, and I believe it's 9 kills with an M4. If this man doesn't have an AWP, I don't know if CLG can actually pick up these wins unless somehow in the last few weeks he's been boot camping like crazy and really hammering down his aim.
So what you're saying is, if they can't afford an AWP, you just type killing console and wait for the next round.
I hope not. I hope he's improved in that point because they're going to need these rounds. I mean, getting consecutive rounds against a team like Fnatic is very difficult to do.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to have to be one of the main stables here. Just JDM with the AWP and the rest of the team working really well. I want to see Tarek do super well on LAN as well. He's a very good player, but has limited experience playing LANs, and he's still sort of trying to harvest as much as he can. But we need to see him really hit his A game today. And even then, even if that happens, even if JDM is playing the best that he can, even if Tarek is playing super well, it's still going to be an uphill battle. That's
it is.
The problem.
I mean, like the one thing we could agree on, Tarek has really excelled when it comes to North America and CS. I mean, he's got the top kill depth of the season, North America at 1.37.
Yeah.
But we have to keep in mind, those are against North American teams. They're not against the best in the world over here in Europe. So I'm a little bit worried if he can, fulfill his potential to be that top fragger for the team. But it looks like we're about to get underway with the pistol round. CLG going to be over on the terrace side and Fnatic on the CTs.
Yeah, and already into it with Cutler, I think, pointing in a bit of a grenade. Smoke to the window here. You got to be careful, though, because JW loves playing around the smoking window. You can see he's already at it, trying to see if he can spot anyone out. That smoke's a little bit different on our screen than it is on the players, because we're on GoTV, just so you guys don't think that JW's gone blind in the meantime, while the rest of CLG are pushing into the B-bomb side, but already Flusher clicking once, and Pronax taking out JDM. So this is not looking good right now for CLG.
Oh, they're trying to push back in, but Pronax are just locking down the site. JW coming from the backside. Cutler finally able to respond with the kill himself, and Tarek still alive, trying to go for the flame, trying to go for something there. And as you can see, Fnatic losing 1 man, Pronax picking up 2. That was a whitewash for Fnatic.
All right, so if we have to analyze them at that round based off of what actually happened, it was fairly terrible for CLG, but the idea was pretty good anyway. Smoke off that window will probably commit a couple of people to the middle because they don't have a lot of information, so Fnatic have to hang around. Then they push into B, and if Tarek actually, if the rest of his team had been alive when he had pushed up behind them in kitchen, would have been a good idea for a pistol round. So I like the idea, but Fnatic just hitting some really good early kills. JW's at it here with a scout as well.
Well, for CLG's sake, I'm hoping he doesn't go on fire. Olaf playing from connector, picks up a nice kill onto Hayes. Did see a CLG. Tarek actually did buy up armor. They do have Tech 9, so they're trying to force it there. Tarek has gotten towards A, but he can't get the kill onto Olaf. And that leaves Cutler alive over towards the top of the middle. He's going to pick up a quick kill onto Pronax. May pick up a gun, but JW, again, just shutting him down. And it's now on the shoulders of FNS. It's been a pretty good round, though, considering FNS could potentially pull this off if he can get that kill onto Olaf or JW and equalize.
Yeah, super impressed right now, actually. CLG making this very expensive for Fnatic, and he's still got a lot of time, which is very important when you're in a 1v2 like this. He has not got the bomb, though.
Do they know he's connector? I think he might have left the bomb there on purpose to make them think he's not in middle.
JW's making a lot of noise. FNS going to come around the corner. He's looking for it. He's going to take down JW. And with 40 seconds left, one bullet on Olofmeister here is going to secure CLG the second round. And that would be a huge win, obviously. Going to go back, pick up the bomb. He's also stolen the Molotov in the meantime. And he's got a scout. So he's got a lot of different weapons here to try and deal with it.
Olaf, he's got the perfect read on this. FNS is slowly moving up towards Catwalk. Olaf sitting back in kitchen. And FNS does have that scout, but will he use it on the entry in towards site? Will he expect Olaf here off towards the side? And he's going to peek coming right into the corner, and FNS picks up the kill with the Tech 9, saving CLG on the force-up, and that's what they needed to get into this game.
Yeah, great job there. That's very important. 2 kills for Cutler, 2 for Finesse, and it is going to be a 1-1 scoreline here. Fnatic, though, they will buy up immediately afterwards, which is no big surprise. I think we were bringing this point up earlier. Yeah, no armor on JW, but again, I don't think he's too worried about that, really. But the big thing here is obviously you want to fight for the first 5 rounds here, and Fnatic, CLG have got to make them respect, them. Otherwise, it's not going to work out.
Yeah, that's actually what I think Natu and Moses were talking about. And Olaf, in the meantime, he snuck up underpass. He's actually going to maybe meet on contact with FNS, but JDM with the scout trying to hold on towards A ramp. The rest of the team grouping up for the A hit. They have the smokes. This is going to be completely telegraphed, but Flusha, Pronex, JW, Crims all here, and Olaf to come in from the back. This might be exactly what Fnatic are expecting and hoping for.
Crims ready with a really mean pop flash, and he might be able... Well, he's got a couple of more in his team here that can help him out with it, so CLG, they're trying to get the info, seeing if they can do anything. In the meantime, one member of Fnatic has already snuck up so far in B that they know exactly what's going on right now. The Swedes have a really good read on this round. Hazed, trying to see if he can get an opening shot on someone. Crims very close here, and this is headshot range with the P250, so if they don't check it, they're going to be in a lot of trouble here. JW, without the armor, doesn't matter, still gets the kill. JDM going to go down as well, and now it's a 3v5. Crims looking for an opening, going to take down Hazed.
Olaf's right behind him!
Oh, look at this, not going to work out. Crims, actually Olaf picking up both those last 2 kills there, but just a cool detail, apart from the fact that CLG maybe could have done more to get the information about what was going on their bomb site.
Right.
They weren't in middle checking, they weren't in B holes, so they were in a kind of a top position, but also, I like the idea that Crims is trying to use that ladder while he's reloading, because it's really hard to hit people when they're on the ladders, so good idea.
I like how they, really slowed it down too, realizing it's going to be about a Fnatic. They don't want to lose that round. Fortunately, they did. They did have FNS kind of watching towards B halls, but Olaf playing so damn smart, just took his time. But here we go, JW going to nade towards underpass, not going to connect onto anyone for now, but he's still got that M4 in hand. He's going to pick up a kill. Not really a lot bought up for the side of CLG, so not really expecting too much, but 1 kill wouldn't be too bad. Flusha towards Catwalk, just going to shut them down, and CLG should just be falling one after another.
Yeah, a little bit of damage being done here to JW. He's down to 12, but not going to die at the end of the round. He has a 3-1, but in that last round, not this one, but the previous one, the issue is when they don't push middle, when they don't go into underpass or check B hallways or anything, they had time for it anyway. It's not like they spent the time outside of B doing anything productive or outside of A bomb site, sorry. But when they don't do any of the other things, then they have almost no read. If they'd gone middle and seen that no one was there, if they'd been in, peeking up towards B, seen no one jumping out of B slope, they would have at least had a clue that something is up. There's something weird. We're not seeing anyone anywhere else on the map, but yeah, they had very limited information.
JW and Olaf both pushed up middle, and they're going to go ahead and just completely challenge out and lock this position down. The information they've just gathered is going to be crucial. You can see CLG, 3 men towards B, Tarek and FNS with the bomb over towards A. It's going to be, I would imagine, a fake towards B, maybe transition in towards this A site with the bomb, as Hazed and JDM do push in through the underground. As Olaf's going to be directly above them, spots him out, gets dinked up, but does some good damage, does get taken down by Hazed, and Tarek and FNS on the push towards A. Crims trying to hold on, he gets a fantastic shot, and Pronax able to respawn FNS 1v4. They would pick up a 1v2 earlier, but I don't think he's going to do much this time, and that will be Fnatic taking a 4-1 lead. But Anders, here we go. JDM, he's going to be on the op. This is what we need to see. I think if he can get some good rounds going, if they can get a decent economy for CLG, they might be able to take a decent T-half.
It's going to have to be a really good T-half as well, because Fnatic, when they get to the T side, they're going to be quite good as well. They're definitely not bad at playing this map at all, so yeah, we're going to have to see. This is where JDM is supposed to really earn his wages, so we'll see into the middle already. They have a smoke up to try and cover him, and Crims on the other side only has a scout, so he's got a bit of an advantage in that sense. This is a critical round here. They've double saved on the T side to get all this weaponry, so they got to make it work.
100% right there with you as Crims, he does spot out. I believe that was Hazed over towards the middle again, still sitting with that. JW going to peek window and gets a Pretty fairly easy shot onto Haste. That gives him that man advantage. That's so crucial. But there we go. JDM open up on a flusher towards short. Pernak's going to be here to respond. He's going to continue to push. He wants to get this up into JDM's hands. And he will get taken down by Cutler. But not before getting the op. Now down for CLG.
Yeah, this still works out. They're in a 2v3, 55 seconds left, and Finesse playing around on Connector, not going to get him to get the kill. JW goes down, and now it's on Olofmeister in a 1v2 with plenty of time left for the terrorist team. Now
he's so smart. He really is. It's just ridiculous to see. Like, he knows when to push out, knows when to go for the potential flank, and he's going to be in a perfect spot for when they go towards A.
Yeah, and this is also one of the reasons why people, when they talk about who is the best player, Olof often comes up, because he's not just very good at fragging, he actually is a very good positional player as well. Now, question is if CLG, they actually are making a smart choice here. They just got to set it up right. They'll have the time to go and get the bomb down, and the after plant position is what I'm really curious about, if they can come up with a good situation. Also, they have the grenades, they've got a smoke, they've got a Molotov. There's almost no way Olof can win this round unless they give him an entry into the bomb site here. Yeah,
there should be no way, but this man, Olofmeister, #1 across the season. He can do anything. Yeah, they know exactly where he is.
And that's such a big win for them, obviously. Olof gets the 1 kill. Cutler sneaking up from behind. He's going to go down. Olofmeister, he takes both kills, and CLG... Oh.
You should not lose that. You should not lose that. They didn't double challenge him. You even saw Olaf turned immediately over towards the other side of Kitchen to predict him to be there.
Yeah.
And this man, he's proving why he's #1 across the season. He is a star.
Remember that smoke, the Molotovs that I was talking about? I mean, actually, Tarek does select the smoke to try and put it up, but then he thinks, wait a minute, I'm just going to wait a little bit, and what a round. I know a guy named Moses who's right now watching this game and shaking his head.
I imagine there's a couple face bombs in there.
Yeah. Oh, and, you know, and so we were talking about like the potential really good start. This was the round where they could finally afford the AWP on JDM, right? They needed to win this. I think this was like the one chance almost. I don't want to try and like kill the game, but you're playing Fnatic. You can't give away a 2v1 like that.
If you want to play against the best team in the world, you don't lose rounds like that.
Yeah.
You just can't. You really cannot afford to. And JDM, again, he had 19 kills across the season with the AKs. He's going to be picking up yet again for CLG. And you can see it's kind of like a 3-2 split, but JW able to get the challenge out on middle, taking on Cutler, and helping lock it down is going to be flushed off to his side. But you know, the rest of Fnatic, they've already rotated over towards A. The bomb will get planted, so we're going to be in an after plant situation as Flusher going to chase out FNS in towards middle, and the retake should be coming any moment.
They can't, I don't think they can hold this bomb, so it's going to be really impressive if they do. And Haste will actually take down Crims. That's a good early headshot. Finesse going to go down as well. JDM, last man here in a 1v3, and the bomb is ticking, but it hasn't ticked for that long yet. He needs to get a bunch of kills here, trying to see if he can get the shot in. Olofmeister would have been a one-click, but not going to happen, and they will retake it. So the reason why I was feeling doubtful about their ability to hold this is because even if you get into this bomb site with every single member of your team alive, if the other team still has 4 or 5 members, it's actually kind of hard to hold this bomb site. The difficulty in A is not getting in and getting the bomb down. It's actually keeping the bomb site once the bomb is planted. And Fnatic are absolute champions at retaking a bomb site. It's so scary. So, yeah, you need to have a really set plan, and CLG didn't seem like they did.
Oh, again, JW just going to be peeking out towards middle. Unfortunately, won't catch anything just yet, just barely missing. One of the members of CLG, and Crim's going to be here to protect as well, and that's going to be the first kill. Hayes will go down, and Fnatic, they have some solid control of middle. But Crims, can he get this kill on FNS, who might actually go for the challenge? JDM will pick up the kill onto Flusher. That's his 21st kill on the AK this time. And Crim's just going to back away. It's a 3-on-4. CLG, they're looking good in this round. They still have 3 men left alive in middle, and Tarek left to kind of lurk over towards Palace, where he might find Olaf in a little bit. Oh. And Pronex might be overran, and he will. FNS will get the kill onto him. The B site's left completely open. But Olaf able to get the better of Tarek. That's the man we wanted to see perform. And so far, he's not having the greatest showing.
No, not just yet. Some good information from Olaf, and you can tell that Crims was instantly rotating into Kitchen because Olaf didn't see anyone else over there, so they realized this is going to be a B push eventually. Again, CLG with a huge chance to win this round. They definitely should once again. 2v3, and also Fnatic is very tagged up here. FNS spots the player. Kill would have been great, but the information is also very important. Gonna fall back with the bomb down now. This is unlosable. If they lose this, I will freak out.
That's what we said before. I mean, Cutlery still has a smoke. We see 2 flashbangs, none of them being used. And they should know Crim's actually pretty much where he is, as well as Olaf, and so he just peeked from window. Olaf gonna flash himself out, gonna push straight into sight. JDM picks the kill to Crims, and there we go. JDM picks up the second, and finally gets CLG back on the board with their second round of the first half.
Great job, and I mean, now it's actually almost even more painful that they lost the other round, because otherwise they would have been able to connect a couple of rounds here and really do a good job. Yep. So that's going to haunt them for a long time. But nice effort from CLG. Really good job there. Also a good call after they sort of get the initial engagement and say, all right, let's head on over to B. And that was obviously the right choice. So smart play on their part here. I like it.
We do see the scout out of Flusha, funny enough. Actually curious to see what he was going to be doing with that. And not to mention Fnatic, they're not on a lot of money. So if CLG can pick up this round relatively cleanly, they can force Fnatic on that save. And they're going to push straight the smoke. Olaf not in the right position, but the nade going to be coming in, connecting decently well. Tarek down to 60 HP, and JDO opens up with AWP onto Olaf. This is a good take out of CLG, but again, the question comes down to, can they hold after the plant?
Yeah, and a great bomb plan here. This is the key to actually holding this bomb site, is planning in the right position, and they just did it. So perfectly played there. Also sneaking up in the middle is one player from CLG, which is going to mean they can essentially sandwich in the Fnatic players as they're trying to retake. Crim sees it coming, but Finesse still going to get the kill on him, and that's huge. Now CLG have a real shot here. Flusha going down, and it's JW and Pronax left, and they're just trying to get extra kills here. They can't win the round. NA team. This is very exciting. Pronax, he's going to get the kill on Hayes, but this round is definitely lost, and CLG, I mean, this could have been a third round in a row. I don't want to sort of rub it in, but we could have been looking at 4-5 right now. Fnatic would have been ecoing even sooner.
Yeah.
There's so much hinging on that 1v2 right now, but they're trying to bring it back anyway, and they're doing a really fine job.
Well, one thing that helps is that they did recently just see what Cloud9 beat Envy. They know it's possible. The last time these two teams met was actually at ClutchCon and MLG Aspen, where they did play Mirage, 16-10 at ClutchCon, 16-7 at MLG Aspen. So, CLG know they can pick up rounds, but closing out the game might be a different story. JW on the op, though, and Armor. They're fully committed into this round for him. And in typical JW style, he can actually carry his team on his back.
Yeah, no, I think he saved it from the last round, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, sorry, you're right. My bad.
I think they managed to get away. So the question is, if they can actually do something with it. And CLG right now, if they know where that orb is, if JW finds a shot, the goal has to be to go somewhere else, because he can take all round, obviously, if he's in the right spot.
Well, we can see now CLG trying to push up towards Kawak Cutler, getting inside of CPL, and again, CLG not really committing to anything just yet, but we do have Olaf potentially going for the flank. Tarek might get sandwiched in as he's still trying to cause a little bit of delay, but the rest of CLG, they're pushing towards T-spawn. They might catch Olaf out, and Krim's going to push down ramp, spots up Tarek, but can't get the better of him, and that's a kill that they need. And Olaf, again, just look how crucial, look how smart he's playing. He's going to actually catch them, rotating right towards A ramp. I don't think they spot him out, but JDM picks up the kill at the Tech 9. And the rest of CLG can just funnel in towards the site. But JW, he's going to be here. Will they smoke him off? He's going to follow the first one, gets it onto Hayes, looking for that second.
Yeah, now you got to wonder if it's becoming a bit too predictable doing that aggression. JDM also going to take down JW, and Forenex going to fall to Cutler. Great job here. Double kill for Cutler and for JDM. And that aggression over at the slope and over at apartments, they've done it a lot of rounds now, Fnatic, and they don't want to keep doing it. There's so many other places they can go aggressive. So maybe time to cool it down here.
I'm hoping that Tarek's relaying that information to his team too, since he's been mostly going towards this A site. He will know, well, they've been constantly pushing, like you're saying, outside Palace.
Yeah.
Let's just wait for it, catch him, and then get into the A site. But Fnatic, they're going to go for the push into middle. Looks like they're trying to lock it down with JW, Pronax, Crims, and Flusha all here. And CO just waiting for this push to come in.
And they see it coming. Very good read right now from the American team. Playing super defensively. Don't want to run into any kind of issues early on here. And JW with just a C-set 75, so a round win right now for CLG would break Fnatic, and they'd have a real shot of having a decent first half here. This is actually much better from CLG than I was expecting. Much better.
My heart's feeling with American pride. I have to say, if they can continue this pace up, I mean, you just keep hearing, you know, NA, they have great players, but they just can't seem to make it happen at LAN, especially against EU teams. But this might be the opportunity for them. 4-man push up towards middle Flusha. Looks like he will just try to contest his position. Just going to back away now, as he will have JW actually in apartments to help him out, and Pronax there to relieve some pressure. But there we go, the spray comes in. Hayes does get the return kill, but JW picks up the kill in towards B Halls, and he's looking for more as he picks up another. And just like that, CLG are not looking too hot.
No. Oh, and that kill from Crims drops the bomb carrier as well, and that's obviously big. JW was actually very low. That jump shot somehow hit, so he almost goes down to Hayes here. And Hayes is going to get the headshot on JW, but this is still a very tough round. 20 seconds, and in a 1v2. He's got the Glock out, and I'm not sure why. He should obviously get a chance to reload his AK here. This is going to be almost impossible. Flash through it. He goes down to Crims. Double kill there. Not sure if the Glock idea was the best. Maybe he had some false info from a teammate that somehow Crims was tagged up. Maybe they lost count on who was low there, because otherwise that Glock is not going to be the best weapon for it. I mean, really good round from Fnatic there, just holding in the early kills there, and JW sitting in the fire to get the kills is also important. But
great read out of them too, to actually have 3 men there to help protect that. And like I said, JW in B Halls was able to lock down 1 kill and turn it right back into a second. And he's got the op back. They're able to save it from that last round. Unfortunately, CLG, I think this might be the last round for them if they can't win it, to potentially buy up in the next. But Cutler does open up on a flusher. That's what they needed. Tarek, again, just going to be playing passive towards A. FNS just playing passive towards B, trying to get some information. And I like to see teams do this. I like to see an early kill come in, and then they don't overcommit to a certain place. They want to keep working this man advantage and pick up a round. Like, these are rounds you potentially should not lose.
I mean, they've already killed 1 guy towards B. Now they spotted the second one. They kill him as well. So much information going into CLG right now. They should be able to work on this. Again, what I really do love about CLG right now is the fact that they're getting all these kills very early in the round. They're leaving themselves a lot of time to decide where to go. Crim's waiting in window room, and he's going to be taking out Cutler here. But now they should have a good read here. They've already taken down 2 towards the B site. They're running into A where 2 people are holding. I'm not sure I quite agree with that. And Olofmeister here with the scout jumping in the background, looking for a shot. I think he did get a body tag in there. Crim's going to get the kill as well. And now they got to move or fall back, and they can't really fall back because they don't have time for it. There's the shot. Olofmeister goes down. JDM picking up that kill mid-air. And JW, the last man left, going to take down Finesse. Keeps pushing up. This would be a huge clutch if he could pull it off.
Yeah, Hayes, just play safe. You don't need to push out. You don't need to actually let JW know exactly where are. They have JDM protect, though, over towards A ramp. And JW doesn't have a kit, so he's going to have to pick up his pace here.
Trying to see if he can make his entrance, but JDM's going to take him down. Very good cover and also very defensive play in the afterplant there. No trouble at all. 5-7. And Fnatic's economy is actually completely broken.
You can see, though, JDM 11-8, and I don't want to keep harping on, but this is his first LAN in 2015. His first LAN with the team, his first international LAN leaving the country. Like, this man had a lot of pressure on his shoulders, and he's really stepping up again. You know, CLG's doing a fantastic job. 7-5 is not a bad scoreline so far, but can they keep this pace up? Fnatic on the full eco, and looks like Tarek will get the shot on Olofmeister, securing him 1. The rest of CLG waiting to go towards that A side, I would imagine. Maybe waiting for Crims to get a little bit aggressive. But I'm actually fairly impressed with how CLG is playing. They are doing such a great job against the top team, or one of the top teams, if you want to call it, in the world.
Can I make an early prediction here?
Yes, you can.
That one round, the 1v2 there.
Oh, don't tell me it's going to come down to it.
It's definitely going to do that. That's exactly how it's going to work out, Jason. I see it happening already. I don't want it to happen that way because they've really. I am impressed. I think they've been doing a really good job. They've been keeping their heads cool so far. Tarek going to be moving up. Oh, he's getting caught, but no, he gets the AK back out. That is very scary, and spots another player in. So now I know they should know it's a stack here. They've already seen 2 now, 3. And they're going to go hardcore anyway. They just run in and take the kills. A lot more confidence, in fact, this time around. And Pronax ends up dropping Tarek with a quad kill at the end, and it's going to be 7-6. Moving into the 14th round. This first half is almost over. I think 6 rounds is decent, but because you're playing Fnatic, I don't think it's enough. I think they've got to get up to, I'd say 8 or 9 rounds in this first half would be great, because even if Fnatic have 7 rounds here, they're going to be fine. They can still definitely win this game. And
again, I don't want to sound like too much of a CLG fanboy, but, credit to the rest of CLG, no one's really lagging behind in kills. 11-8, 7-8-8. Like, they're doing a fantastic job all around as a team, and it looks like we might see a little bit of a quick execute over towards A. Again, not really a lot bought up in the camp out of Fnatic. They have pretty much thrown everything they have into this round, though, but here come the smokes. They're going to make their way through. You can see Crims on the back of site, JW towards staircase, trying to provide a little bit of cover. The Molly's coming in on top of that, and CLG just rushing through. They're looking for this first kill, and JW is going to be spot out, but he misses the entire clip. That's going to be Hayes picking up the kill. Crims, can he do much? Well, he will get one. The bomb will get planted, and Fnatic on the retake. Yeah, great smokes there in the center of the bomb site. Pronax, though, is going to pick up Hayes now. They got to be careful again, holding the bomb site after the plan. That's the challenge on this map. And no, Olofmeister. Cue the Jaws theme. He's going to be coming up from behind, and Tarek is already gone. He just doesn't know it yet. AK picked up. Olaf gets another shot on FNS, and now it's going to be down to JDM. He knows where the bomb is, but he's smoked out, grenaded out, trying to run through. There's almost nothing he could do, and Olaf with a triple kill to seal that round and making it 8-6. That is huge. It's already hard if they're all coming in from one side, but that flank from Olaf, definitely winning the round. That force by 2. They had, 2 CZs in there? Like, they didn't really have everything equipped to pull that round off, but again, credit to them. Fantastic job, CLG, though. Last round for both these teams in this first half. You can see JDM at 12-9. On the other hand, if I can speak correctly, we do have 14 kills for Olaf, 14 for JW. But it looks like they're going to go again for that middle control. They do have the op back towards JDM. JW going to miss that first shot, and the smoke will buy him a little bit of time. I like how he puts it so close to him too, so the mollies won't burn him out of his spot.
Oh man, that was nice as well. Just canceling that one Molotov with the smoke, because actually that's something that we need to see more people do. Snacks has been doing it for a while on Virtus Pro just to try and stop it, but they're going to try again, and JW will take down Hazed. They had another Molotov ready for him. They've wasted a lot of grenades here in the window just to try and deal with JW, and all they've lost is well, grenades and Hazed.
Well, they still have 4 men alive at least, and Flusha still just sitting back towards B Cutler, though, trying to work towards CPL. JW again responding on to JDM, and that will shut him down for this round for the first half. And Fnatic, with 5 people alive, with just minimal damage done to their side, they're looking to take their 9th round on CT. Cutler trying to challenge on JW. JW's not even giving the angle just yet. And does finally spot him out, gets the kill, so there we go. Finally some momentum picked up for CLG, but still a man down. He's gonna make things rough. Pronax with a fantastic flash coming in. He gets FNS, and it forces him, or forces Tarek to actually push it back out with 20 seconds to go. I think this is Fnatic's 9th.
Pronax does have a really uncanny timing with that underhand throw up there. I can't even count the number of times I've seen him get it just right, and obviously the result is right there. Tarek can't do much here in the 15th round. I mean, he can't even save, so it doesn't really matter. There's Pronax with a double kill, and we're in the 9-6 half here for Fnatic. They don't look overjoyed, but I think 9-6 is just fine. I think if these were 2 even teams, I'd be fairly optimistic on CLG's part. I could say, yeah, with them in the pistol round, they're back at 9-9, then they're on the more favored side. They should be working out great, but these are not 2 even teams, and this is going to be such an uphill struggle, I think, for CLG. But winning the pistol round is an absolute must.
I agree. And, you know, if you were to kind of single a man on the CT side for CLG, who would you kind of focus your attention on? I feel like Tarek could come up pretty big. I feel like middle control could be very huge for them against Fnatic as well.
That ult from JDM did really well in the first half, but it's going to have to do even better now. And, I mean, defensive opening CT side, that's where it's supposed to be the strongest. You're not really... I mean, it's great if you can do it on the T side, but it's so much better if you could do it on the CT side like this and lock down the map. Fnatic, they're going to go for a rush into the B-bomb site, and they've got a lot of grenades. Only one guy, well, actually 3 guys with armor, but a lot of grenades to follow up here. Krim's going to go down. Finesse taking up 2 before he dies, and JDM with 1 haste helping out. It's going to be down to just Flusha here. Great start for CLG, and this should be around a 1v3. The bomb is dropped, and they're all rotating in now. They just have to play it carefully and safe. They don't have to challenge. And Tarek will, and Flusha will take him out. They should not be fighting him right now. He has to at some point get the bomb down, and they just have to wait for that, and they should be golden.
There we go, Cutler. Oof, great job to close out that round. But the stack they did, that was a big gamble out of CLG, and it worked out wonders for them.
Yeah.
Completely shutting down Fnatic. Got a little bit close at the end, but that was the pistol round they needed. They're now 9-7 on that CT side, and are looking to potentially pick up the next 2. Then it comes down to Fnatic. Really want to buy up, and I can sure as hell tell you, we've got Deagles, we've got CZs, a Tech 9, and full armor across the team.
3 Deagles. Fnatic seem to be picking them up more and more. I think we've even seen a couple of online matches where they've done 5 Deagles. So maybe they're just trying to play it a little bit more reasonably here. Hayes is going to get a good early kill on all of them with the submachine gun. I like the fact that CLG have only picked up 1 submachine gun here, and that they are, I would say, respecting Fnatic's ability to win rounds like this. So they don't want to be skimping on the weaponry here, which is a good idea.
I think we're also seeing Fnatic kind of respect CLG a little bit. You know, we were talking about earlier on, you need to get, quite a few rounds against a European team as a North American for them to, give you some sort of respect so they don't just walk all over you. And I feel like we're seeing it between the 2. But Fnatic, even with 3 Deagles, you can't count them out. Pronax trying to push through B-halls. The bomb is there. He can't connect the shots, unfortunately, just yet. But Tarek going to get some good damage back onto him. 7 HP left for Pronax. He's just going to stay alive, waiting for FNS to come in through Kitchen, and he will finally clean up Pronax.
Oh, JW will take down Tarek, so he was doing a really good fine job just trying to stay alive, and he had a teammate covering him from one angle, so he could have stayed safe there all day. He didn't actually have to fight once again. JW will go down, and Krim's alive still with the deal. It's going to be up to Flusha, trying to rotate in quick, and he actually has a great angle. This could be a round. Nice smoke being put up here just to prevent anything happening, and that's going to be JDM taking down Flusha. Very smart play from CLG with that smoke. I wish Tarek would have been playing a little bit more safely earlier on in that round, because he didn't need to. The thing is, when he's covered on his right-hand side, all he has to worry about is whether they go benches or not. He already killed 1 guy there. If they try and push down the bomb, then he can peek out and it'll be fine.
Right.
But, yeah, maybe a little bit too aggressive early on here. But I think that's just the nerves essentially getting to him as well. I think he feels like he has to do something, right? Where sometimes doing nothing is maybe the better choice.
Yeah, it's actually funny is that these guys flew in yesterday, and I asked Hazed earlier, like, is he jet lagged? He's like, no, I slept 14 hours last night. Like, I'm good to go. And, you know, you have Cloud9 who have been here for a week now, or over a week as they're at Gfinity. And we were looking at the office talking about, you know, teams who typically come early to lands from North America to Europe really struggle. But we have Cloud9 already picked up the win. CLG challenging out Fnatic on Mirage of all maps. And it looks like this round will come to a close unless Flusha can come up huge against 4. But CLG, they're really performing. I feel like, you know, this Pro League, the time they've taken to really look over, you know, the other teams and knowing that they're up against Fnatic can... I mean, if you could beat Fnatic, let's just say this, if you could beat Fnatic at LAN, you can probably be confident against most of the other teams.
I mean, it is the best of one game, and they are notorious.
That's a good point.
But I mean, you're kind of right anyway, because they're beating. Well, they're not beating Fnatic, but they're doing a really good job, and they're doing it on Mirage as well, which is very impressive. So I think we got to get CLG a lot of credit here. Fnatic trying to see if they can get some mid control, while CLG are pushing up with 3 members here. And look at this, spraying them down. Tarek with a double kill, taking on Olaf and Crims. Great play right now, and it's going to be JW and Flusha left, and this is a move that Fnatic should have seen coming. Absolutely. They were just a little bit uncoordinated going into the middle and got picked off one at a time without much of a chance for a refrag there. So now CLG, again, this is a, you know, 99.9% win round for them. All they have to do is play this one smartly and they'll be just fine.
Well, let's see what the side of Fnatic can do. JW still towards ramp with Flusha. You see Tarek at 1 HP, Hazed at 21. Actually, FNS and Tarek are still sitting towards B. They're leaving Cutler and Hazed alone with GDM to rotate from window, and finally will spot them out. So the rotate's going to be coming in to help out, to stop this bomb from potentially getting down. And Hazed, perfect spot of him in shadow, picks up JW. And last man alive is going to be Flusha. In a 1-on-5, he gets the first. He's looking for that second. He gets on to Tarek, but he's dinked up 2 health. And the nade will be enough to finish him off. And, you know, CLG, after that push in middle, picking up 3, you know there's a big grin on their faces.
Yeah. And what they then did was very smart. They wait until they see the bomb in that A-bomb site, and then in the meantime, they're just buying time throwing flashbangs until more people have rotated in, and only then do they actually try and fight them. So,
and that's the funny thing is that they've really lacked on retaking, like North America in general, but especially CLG has been so rough at doing that.
Yeah.
But it seems like they finally, you know, calmed themselves down and have worked on that. Really nice to see.
It's a round where Fnatic just have pistols, no armor. They do have a lot of grenades, so I'm thinking they'd really want to try and see if they could get the bomb down this round just to give themselves a bit of a bonus. But we're looking at a potential 11-9 scoreline here in favor of CLG. This is super impressive. I mean, yeah, if you've been a fan of North American Counter-Strike, or you've been trying to be anyway, then you've got to be smiling right now. You have to be.
All right, well, we do have 2 people live, Olaf and JW, but you're right. I mean, CLG, they're putting on a stupendous performance, too, and there's still so many great teams. We have, Keyed versus TSM next, so they'd be playing against the winner of them if they could get through, or even Keyed is still going to be a tough match no matter what. There's no easy matches, I think it's safe to say, across the entirety of the finals of the ESL ESEA Pro League. But there we go, 9-11, CLG up by 2 rounds. We're seeing the buy up on the side of Fnatic this time, and Olaf Meister, he's one feeling cheeky with the op this time. I mean, he's done it many times in the past.
Yeah, Olaf is a fantastic AWPer. Really, he is.
He's good at anything he does, and everything he does.
It's really annoying, isn't it? He's going to go into the... Well, he's going to at least hang around a little bit. JDM is on the other side. I mean, I would say the more rounds CLG get from here on out, the more pressure is going to be on them.
Oh, what a peek.
Great flashbang. He gets 2 headshots, spraying down. Crimson Pronax and JW trying to get out of apartments here. He's been spotted as well. Olaf in the middle, looking for an opening on someone. But once again, CLG, they get the kills. They start playing defensively, and that's exactly what they should be. I think Cutler got surprised by Flusha being so aggressive. You can kind of forgive that. But the rest of CLG, they just got to play defensively. Once they get this kind of lead, they don't have to take many big risks. So that was a beautiful, a sexy pop flash into underpass there.
And he had JDM to back him up towards the top of the middle, so you don't have to worry about Olaf Meister on top of that. So well done. They keep catching Fnatic off guard. But Flusha over towards A, trying to cause a little bit of distraction. He's got Hazed, Tarek, and JDM all there. And JDM, he misses the shot. You can give him one. Well, he flashes himself on top of that. So we'll look over towards Hazed. Watching those characters. Spots 1 man out short, picks up the kill. And that's his 3rd of the round. He will get taken out by Olaf Meister eventually. And still, Flusha has pushed up all the way in A.
Yeah, look at the time here, 30 seconds. So whatever bomb site they go to now, they're going to have to fight someone to try and get the bomb down. It's going to be very tough at the moment. 25 seconds, almost impossible. Tarek hears him coming, but he goes down anyway. Flusha with a very stunning AK headshot there. 18 seconds. If Finesse gets this kill on Olaf, it's all over. Olaf going to miss the shot, and he goes down, and that's the round. No doubt about it here. Nothing that Flusha could do to win this. 1v2, and he's got 7 seconds. Trying to see if he can run to get the bomb down, but he's not going to be allowed to. CLG is a very, very nice mix of early aggression right into defensive play, almost across the board. Cutler, I think, got caught off guard there, but apart from that, they actually are playing very intelligently. And Fnatic, honestly, are a little bit stressed here.
They're the one calling the pause. Like, you can tell something's up. They
leave that 2v3 scenario that they were just in to a very, very late state in the game. I mean, it's super risky to run, but the problem is, if you go into a bomb site with 20 seconds left, we saw what just happened. The guy carrying the bomb, if he dies, the round is over. Really can't do anything, so...
this is the Haze pop flash in towards underpass, and just that spray coming in was fantastic out of him, and that gave him so much control of that round, too. Just perfect.
Wow, this is very exciting, but just going back to the point that I was trying to make earlier, when you're the underdog team and you've thrown halfway across the world to get here, and you're playing the best team in the world, or at least one of the best teams in the world, and then you start to win, and you're also on one of their best maps, every step closer, you gotta, even if you're probably trying to suppress it, and we obviously can't hear their comms here, but if you're listening to the comms, I bet you'd hear them say, keep it cool, stay focused, like, don't celebrate yet, but inside you're feeling...
You're jumping for joy at this point.
You feel it coming, right? And that's why when you get to those 14 rounds, it starts to get really, really tricky.
It's always that last round to close out the game. That's always seems to be the toughest for teams. You get antsy, like you're saying, you start to show emotion when you shouldn't, but... CLG up 12-9. I mean, we came into this not really expecting CLG to really have a chance, or at least too much of a chance. But, I was talking to him earlier, and I was talking to his, like, so we got anything prepared specifically for Fnatic? He's like, nah. I mean, our only real plan is to hit our shots. So they didn't actually prepare anything, particular for it. They're just hoping that when their aim is hitting, or that their aim will hit, to just kind of shut them down. And we're seeing... I mean, a little bit of intricacies, like, again, Haze with the pop flash in towards underpass, the cheeky push in middle with 2 or 3 people to catch them off guard. They know Fnatic like a book, and that goes back to what you're saying about being the underdog and being the top dog. When you're the top dog, you don't really pay attention to the lower teams about, what they can potentially throw your way. But when you're on that underdog team, you're going to look at the top teams and try to figure out how to counter.
I mean, we didn't do predictions, Jason. I'm kind of glad we didn't, because
I'm glad.
I would have said it would have been a miracle if CLG got more than 10 rounds in this game here. And now they're at 12 and actually leading by 3 rounds, so... Very impressed, very happy to see this game here. Olofmeister already tagged up a little bit. This time it's a much faster round for Fnatic. Notice this, they're not wasting any time here. They want to get in quick, get the bomb down, and fight for the afterplan. And we'll see if CLG can handle this kind of pressure. Haze already doing a good job in taking down the heavy hitter. That's Olofmeister gone. Crims is going to go down. And Fnatic planting in a less than optimal position, but it might work out anyway here. 3v5. Now the Swedish team has to show some incredible skill with the AKs, and we'll see if it's going to work out or not here. JW's trying to run into the middle as Pronax does go down. Flusher has to buy a lot of time here for this to work out, and he goes down after a good double kill, but JW's not going to be there in time. You can tell he wanted to be there for the backstab. Bomb is being defused, and that's going to be the round. 13-9. CLG, this is incredible.
This is phenomenal. They've won every single CT round in this half.
And just to point this out here, that move from JW there is something that Fnatic, there was a couple of weeks where they did it every single time they played Mirage. They'd start flanking and people started to catch on. And it actually seemed like CLG were aware. We haven't seen JW yet.
Well, they smoked it off too, perfectly.
Let's turn around and see if he isn't going to be coming in from the middle. So they have some good reach right now, CLG. They're getting a bit of an idea about how Fnatic like to play. Again, the flash in, but not trying to force the issue either. Doesn't see anyone and doesn't want to fight or go too aggressive there.
Well, we do have Flusher on the lurk in the meantime. Haze just going to go for that repeat on a JW. Completely blind up. He's going to back away, but I believe Haze did spot him out. But Olaf on the top of mid has caught him out. Looks like JDM unfortunately wasn't there to cover him out. So giving them this man advantage. But you do have Tarek, you do have FNS over towards short. It could potentially shut down this push if Fnatic do fancy it.
CLG are doing something very smart here. They lose a player, so now they know they have to get information about what's happening, otherwise they don't know where to stack. So they go and check the middle, and they actually keep pushing up. This is actually a very good idea. And Crims is going to burn alive. Tarek gets the kill and gets a chance to reload as well. And this is buying valuable time off of Fnatic's clock here. Flusher waiting in teased spawn though. Finesse is right around the corner. He's going to be up the ladder as JDM goes down. Flusher spots it, but he shoots way too early. And Tarek sprays down one more. Finesse can't win the fight against Flusher. Otherwise, this would have been a winnable round for CLG. Now, there's not a lot that Cutler can do. But just to say, you were trying to point out earlier that they're just trying to play a basic game here. You know, let's hit our shots. Let's do a couple of fairly simple things like, you know, pop flash in, maybe push middle as a group. These are not super elaborate strats.
Right.
But it's working out really well for them. And Cutler going to be trying to see if he can clutch this grenade. Will Oh, get the kill. He just gets around the corner. That's unreal. Otherwise, that probably would have been a 1v2. But another really basic idea in Counter-Strike is once you're a man down on the CT side, you want to look for information. You have to sort of take a risk, or at least most of the time you're going to try and take a risk. Maybe if you have an AWP in either bomb side, you could be all right sitting still. And another way of taking risks would be to try and stack the map unevenly, so 3 in one bomb side and 1 in the other. Cutler with a nice exit frag, and JW takes down Olaf. All right, then.
Well, I wonder if JW's going to get pushed on, though, by Cutler. 6 HP, very well could pull this off. Oh, Molotov going to come in. 2 health, and he gets the burn alive. JW loses the op. What a play by Cutler. Yeah,
Cutler thinking, 35 degrees here in Cologne is not enough.
It's not hot enough yet.
Yeah, let's have a barbecue. Why not? Look at this. Crimson Pronax at the bottom of the scoreboard for Fnatic. A 13-10 scoreline. Because of all those exit frags, if they win this round, CLG, they're going to be in a sick position to win this game.
Oh. That's an interesting read. Double nade, perfectly timed, and JW's going to get the kill onto Tarek through the smoke and B-Hall, so give them that man advantage. Now, like you're saying, CLG with 4 men alive, will they push for information? They do have JDM with the op, but to be honest, CLG don't have that much money left to work with.
Well, yeah, so either push for information or try and develop a bit of a stack on one side of the map. And with JDM up here, it's not a bad idea to try and see if they can have him sort of lock down this B bomb side, everyone else focus towards either middle or A bomb side. That would make a lot of sense. And he's pushing up. This is another kind of information as well. You can see the full angle here. Very smart. I wish they'd leave the other guy out of the B bomb side, push him towards middle. Don't see a reason for them to have both for here right now.
Oh, Hayes, he could come up big for his team. There is potential triple for him. He gets the first onto Crims and will back away. JW's still there. Flush is still in Palace. He's buying a lot of time. 40 seconds to go on this clock. CLG have Cutler and Hayes here to defend. Pronax, though, has unspotted as well as Olaf pushing up towards short. I'm not sure if they're going to spot him out. And Hayes, he doesn't see the man right above him. Finally does spot him out. And JW is already at 18 HP. Hayes is just going to try to back away, but Pronax is right behind him.
Oh, he gets the flash, but he can't get the kill. Pronax is there in time. Timing could not be worse for Hayes there. Now Cutler defending in CT spawn. 1 kill would be magical right now, but he's not going to get it. Olaf Meister will take him out for the double, and JDM in a 1v4. This is a very, very tough round for CLG to lose, because they actually had a very good read, or at least a very good setup to try and deal with this, but it just doesn't work out.
Oh, what a flick shot out of JDM. He needs to save this up as well. And JW, Pronax, Flush are all going to chase him down. He actually might be able to pull this off. He can just get this 1 kill towards Kitchen and maybe push through. JW is already over towards short. And he will fortunately miss that shot. Misses the follow-up on a JW. So the op now out of his hands. And Fnatic, they are on a tear.
If Haste, when he pushed up to get the second kill, actually manages to get the kill onto JW there, that drops the bomb. That also means Pronax flank is much less effective. And if they had just done the stack at A early on, when they had JDM sort of covering the B side, they would have been in such a better position. So a bit of a shame there. And even worse, now they're ecoing. So I would say this is the time for CLG to really remind themselves that it's possible. They just got to play it cool, continue to play the game they've been playing so far. Very likely going to be 12-13 here, but they still have the lead and they'll have the money next time. So just a deep breath here. This can still happen, but now, as we talked about, the closer you get, the harder it seems.
Remember what you said about that one round? That 2-1 that CLG should have won? It's getting very close to being in that situation.
Yeah,
it would be heartbreaking for that to happen. It really would.
It'd be classic. It'd be absolutely classic. If it happens, I'll tell you the lottery numbers later, Jason.
Ooh, JW dinked down to 8 HP. It is going to be majority save. Cutler does have the kit, though. And I believe Cutler has about 6,000 to spend, so I'm going to buy up JDM in that next round for that op if they do want to force it up. But again, Fnatic not trying to rush anywhere. They realize, we don't want to lose out too much. We don't want to give away anything. Let's just get this round on the board, get things one step closer to tying up this game. And CLG, they've gone for a 4-man stack towards B, so this A site's left completely open as JW brings the bomb over.
Right, and if you look at the way Fnatic played this anti-eco, as opposed to the one round that CLG had when they were on the terror side, where they actually did walk into a stack and ended up losing it, this is way better, right? Fnatic are getting a little bit of info, and then they make a call and say, look, they also have one guy sneaking out of apartments this round that got a good look into the bomb site, and they can tell, well, okay, we already killed one on the other side, there's no one in A right now, let's just go for it. A much safer way of playing it, so I don't know, it's a small detail, but CLG could learn a little bit from that at least.
Well, looks like they're looking for those exit frags, and you can see JW at 8 HP, Olaf at 31. They might be able to get a gun or two out of their hands. The rest of them stacked towards CT. JDM looking for that kill into Pronax, and he will connect the shots, but there's 4 more men right around the corner, and JW will quickly end his life. The rest of CLG, though, Still, just with those pistols, trying to peek up, maybe get that gun. And there's still 4 there, as it's just a firing squad every time they peek. And Cutler, I mean, he wants something. You can see how low they are, but he unfortunately won't get anything. Olaf will shut him down.
And that's actually very important. If he got like 1 or 2, if they got like a couple of exit frags here,
right,
it would be amazing. But 4 people alive for Fnatic is actually a really big problem now, because that means CLG have to win again consecutive rounds here. They can't just, you know, win the game on forcing an eco. They're going to have to do a little bit better now. You
can see JDM hasn't bought any utility either, so he's definitely trying to make this op worth its weight in gold in the middle of this round. But there's 4 people there. Hayes is going to be there to protect. Gets one on a Pronax. You can see them pushing up short as well. FNS and Terra going to be smoked off. If they just go through it, they can help out JDM so well. They're trying to boost into winner or jump into it. Hayes will fall towards Connector. Now Cutler's by himself, but look at that boost. Terra, he gets out Olaf in towards Connector. FNS is going to be peeking from CPL towards jungle. He doesn't spot anyone out just yet, but Flush is waiting for that man to come around the corner. But FNS will get the better of it. It's a 4-on-2. Cutler trying to hold off towards Apartments. Krim sneaking up Connector. And CLG, they could pull this one off.
It's a very sexy round here for the NA team. 2v4, you're right, JW going to go down, and it's all on Krim's in a 1v4. He's been spotted as well, so it's absolutely nothing he could do. He walks back into Cutler, who takes him out. It's a team ace for CLG, just to cement the fact that they are playing as a unit right now. What's cool about this round is the fact that they were actually doing sort of like a, you know, almost like a crunch. Yeah, crunch in middle. So they have one guy playing window, that's JDM. They have, I think it was
Hazed and
Connector, and then 2 people pushing in from Catwalk in B. So, and Fnatic walked right into it. It's a very, very tricky play, because if Fnatic are doing a quick execute towards A, or even just rushing B, you're going to be in a very weird position. But for what Fnatic did, it was a perfect read.
High risk comes high reward, and CLG pulling that one off very well. And not to mention, Fnatic has been really stacking out middle quite a bit lately on this T side, trying to get some control, maybe get some early kills like we saw CLG do on that terrorist side. You can see Fnatic just playing this one super passive. And CLG, they're on the cusp of beating Fnatic in their debut game in the finals of the ESL ESEA Pro League.
Yeah, very, very cool stuff right now. It's hard not to have a bit of a smile on your face, isn't it?
I mean, like, again, I don't want to seem like a CLG fanboy, but you always want to root for the underdog. You always want to.
I mean, yeah, but also we were going through all these matches in the beginning, and I think out of all of them, this is the one that we felt the most comfortable saying this is going to be a storm.
100%. 100%.
So, yeah, like I said, if they'd got 10 rounds or above, I would have considered that halfway a miracle. Right now, we're seeing them potentially beating Fnatic here. Now the Swedes have gone back to playing that very slow style that hasn't actually paid off that well for them in the second half here. 30 seconds left as they pick up the bomb. Almost in... Wait, is the bomb stuck? All right.
Yeah, they got the bomb.
It looked like it was stuck for a minute. Pronax was running around for a light. This is madness. How is this going to work out?
Well, it's 20 seconds to go, and they only have 1 smoke to work with, so if they hit that site, they're going to be vulnerable from so many angles, but Olaf has been pushed in towards middle. Cutler, he could come up huge for his team. They're going to be coming up ramp. They're going to be coming out of Palace as well. Cutler, can you do anything with this? They're going to run straight into him. He gets the first kill. He's spraying down the second, but he can't connect. Tries to switch the pistol, but Hayes and FNS are there to help out.
And that's it. The round is done. I have no idea what Fnatic were just doing. That seems like a team meltdown. That should never happen in a game at this level, or at least not at Fnatic's level.
Anders, we're 1 round away. CLG could pull up one of the biggest upsets I've ever seen against Fnatic. It's a best of 1, I'll give you that. But still, I don't think almost no one expected CLG to win, and especially win on Mirage of all maps.
No, I agree. I have to say this is a huge upset. If it was a best of 1 online game or something, then we could maybe excuse them. If we were playing Train and it turned out CLG had like a weird trick that no one's ever seen before, then maybe we could sort of chalk it off here. But no, this is very impressive. 15-12. Let's see if they can bring this one home.
Well, we do have just a shoddy buy for Fnatic, trying to throw everything they have into this round. A Deagle, a CZ, 2 Galils. They do have the armor. Not a lot of utility to work with, though, and this kind of worries me. Their smokes and flashes have been so spot on, and especially when you have JDM on the other team with that op, you need to flash them or keep them out of the fight. This is going to be so difficult for them to pull it off, but they have 3 men towards A, 2 men towards B. They're looking for CLG to get aggressive and to get out of position. But I think CLG, they're keeping their composure with 1 round away. They got to be getting so giddy, and it looks like the 2-man push is going to come in towards B to distract, and 2 Molotovs come to hold them out of the sight.
Wow, this is really good stuff, isn't it? Forcing them back, and now they are going to try and put some pressure on the A bomb site here. Fnatic, the bomb's still over by B. So this is a big fake, and Olofmeister doing a good job selling, getting that kill on Hazed, and they are rotating all out. CLG taking a big risk here, and it looks like it's going to backfire. It's a good kill from JDM, but the problem is the bomb is about to go down in B, and now they have to go back in. Are they even realizing? They don't know yet that it's in B. Oh no! CLG, they're going to waste valuable time.
They know now. They're on the quick rotate. Pronax trying to defend. He gets one from Kitchen onto Tarek. He's just going to back away, stay alive, which is so important. And JDM comes around the corner. Big for his team. Gets single. Crims. He's still here. He does get the return finally. Gets the refrag. Looking for the second, but Cutler shuts it down. That's Olaf. Inside a window. FNS, I think he's defusing the bomb. He's sticking it. CLG are going to pull up an upset against Fnatic and take the victory.
Are you ready, Jason? Are we going to do it? Are we going to do the anthem?
Oh, say, can you see? Oh, that's all I'm going to do. That's all I'm going to do.
Very impressed.
Wow.
Very impressed by what they just pulled off, CLG. What an absolute miracle.
I'm at a loss for words. I mean, again, it's a best of one, yes. You know, it's Mirage, which is a map that CLG should not win. The new addition, JDM, you see him on your screen, having so many fantastic shots that game, so many great shots at the end as well to shut down Kitchen, to allow him to push in an FNS. I mean, this man, he had a fantastic 1v2 clutch earlier. He stuck the defuse. Olaf wasn't in position to stop it. And wow, that was such an upset. That really was.
Yeah, and you can see a couple of Fnatic members, they're actually sort of physically, visibly shocked here. They have no idea what just happened.
How are you going to be the team that goes up against them in the winner's game? Like, after that victory, like, you have to be so pumped up. I mean, we still have TSM and Key to play. You know, North America, they're 2 for 1.
Yeah, it's really insane, isn't it? No one could predict this outcome at all. I mean, I would say Cloud9 upsetting Envy was way more predictable than this. This is in a completely different tier. So, yeah, excitement all around.
Yeah, well, that's going to be it for us at the caster desk. We're going to head over to Alex on the analysis desk, and I cannot wait to see Moses' face.
Not just Moses' face, Jason. Thank you so much. Okay. I think an apology is in order from everyone at the desk. We went into that. I described it as cyberbullying because we went into that with realistic expectations, which I think is fair to say. And CLG, they have blown not only our opinions, but everyone's opinions, just both blown them away. It is a best of one, as Jason said. It is the groups. And Semler, you were making a fantastic point. I'll just let you kind of start with that one about what happened there for Fnatic.
Well, I think the main issue is that they committed the fatal error of underestimating their opponents, because throughout this entire thing, I mean, look at us. Look, you know, we're all just going, well, it's Fnatic and TSM, guys. Sorry, you know, back up the shop. It's Fnatic and TSM in the grand finals, and that's pretty much it. These are the two. You can't underestimate these teams. They're the godlike players right now, and they seem the top 2 in the world. Yeah. They're already thinking, they're in the same group. They're thinking, okay, what do we do when we run into them, right? What happens is, well, then you already think that you're through to that match when you already have a very capable opponent in front of you. I mean, granted, it's a North American team versus a European team, and we haven't really seen that North American level, but if you give them too much, if you underestimate too much, it sneaks up on you. It gets to the point where you're not in the game, you're thinking about something else, and then you're like, oh, wait, we're down 5, wait, what? Like, we have to get focused again, and then it's too late. The damage is done.
There was a key moment I remember when we were watching the video, it was me and Natsu, and we basically said, hang on, wait, it's 6-7? Yeah. We were looking at it, and you went, no, it's okay. Fnatic had probably not taken it too seriously. And by that point, CLG picked up 7 rounds, and they were kind of got to a bit more comfortable level. Would you say that's fair to say? Like, they got comfortable, CLG?
Absolutely. Well, here's the thing that for me that really stuck out in that match was we talk about North American teams versus Europeans, that they have to, you know, make Fnatic, you have to make the European teams respect you. And that aggressive call on the 4th round when they had the first buy round for Fnatic where they pushed up mid, sprayed down 2, aggressive play from Hayes getting double kills in the underpass early on in these rounds set the tone for that entire match, and you could see it moving forward. I mean, at one point after that, Fnatic, you know, they lost multiple rounds in a row, and they called a strategy where they smoke off the bomb site, plant in the smoke, and just evacuate. That's a strat you execute when you're not feeling comfortable with what that defense is giving you.
Natsu, I mean, you're as astounded as all of us, I think, about that result.
I mean, you had it spot on. I think CLG just had a lot of dynamic CT play, and they were taking risks, but they were doing that with a structure. They were doing that together, and they were doing it at the right moment and doing it at the right places. So the combination of that, and then Fnatic, maybe you could see they underestimating their opponents is probably a fair assessment to make. But at the same time, when CLG was playing as well as they were, that's the kind of scoreline you can see.
That's a level we haven't seen CLG hit yet in the past. And I mean, now it's much like Cloud9. Can they keep it up?
Yeah. Because this is the kind of the crazy moment that we're currently sitting in, whereby Cloud9 just won, CLG just won. Where on earth is this going? I mean, we treated this groups as a EU versus NA, which NA team can kind of manage it, and two already have. Like, we are really being gifted some surprising results here. This is a tough one.
To be blunt, I was expecting another ESEA final. I was just thinking, okay, you know, right now, for me, the European teams are way up here, and the North American teams, they still have so much ground to cover before they can compete.
And they know that.
And the format plays into their advantage as well, best of ones. So it's just like, I think we're all getting caught off guard with the fact that the European teams are like, oh, wait a second, they're a real threat on a best of one format. Envy learned that lesson versus Cloud9 earlier, and now Fnatic. But I'm not going to go so far as to say that the North American teams have closed that gap enough to take a best of three yet. That's the main thing, is that once you get into the best of three territories, I think balance will be restored and things will start to go according to plan again.
Okay, right, so you guys, we are going to be talking to Hayes any second now. One of those players who was at the top of the scoreboard, was it 25 odds?
It was more than that. It was like 28, 29.
28, 29, closing on the 30.
He was absolutely beasting.
Like, with every strand of hair that he cut off, he kind of gained a little bit of skill. Now he's got his stylish haircut. The male model Hayes will be joining us at the desk when we can really pick his brain on, like, first of all, we need to find out how much preparation went into that game. Did you feel, from your perspective, Moses, that this was a case of Cloud9, I just looked at my piece of paper, CLG really looking into the way Fnatic structured Mirage? Because they know Fnatic were going to give them Mirage. There's no question that Fnatic would look at that and go, oh, we don't want to play Mirage against CLG.
I would fully expect that they definitely looked into it and they were prepared. But I mean, I think most of what it came down to is them practicing, you know, the fundamentals. They weren't taking as many risky fights. They weren't responding, you know, in a risky one-person peek-off catwalk like we've seen them do in the past. They were responding as a team, and they were doing some very, very cool stuff in the mid-round. And I mean, props to them.
Yeah, props to them. And we are joined now by Hayes. How you doing, dude? There's a big smile on your face, and I think it's a justifiable one.
Yeah, I got one thing to say, and that's I do it for NA.
Do it for NA.
I do it for NA, baby.
Have you guys got the flag for, like, around your shoulders if things keep going your way?
We haven't progressed that far. We're not Fox. All right.
Or Renegades now.
Renegades, excuse me.
Yeah, so, I mean, where do we start?
How's it feel?
Yeah, let's go with the opening question.
Amazing. Yeah. It's the best feeling because every tournament we've gone to, it feels like we play Fnatic first. They're the first team we always play. We always play them on Mirage, and we always lose. So, but every time we kept getting closer and closer to beating them, and we felt this time was the time.
I just want to touch about the Mirage pick, because that's the first kind of the start of the game. And I mean, you say you always play them on that. Was that part of your mindset? You felt like you could almost prepare knowing you're going to have access to Mirage?
Oh yeah, we knew they'd want to play Mirage simply because they've beaten us so many times. They're in the back of their minds, they're saying, well, we're 3-0 against them. Why wouldn't we?
We all said the same thing.
I know. And that's where I got
and we feel guilty. Like, you need to understand.
But that's a fair assessment to make, though.
Yeah,
I mean, Mirage and Fnatic is a pretty deadly combo to begin. How much did you prepare specifically for Fnatic on Mirage?
Probably about 5 hours, 6 hours of watching demos, talking about strats, how we could counter maybe some of their tendencies. We didn't really count anti-strat like at all. We just looked for like how they position themselves in certain scenarios, and then we tried to abuse that, and it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, there was a lot of times where we felt like you were getting a lot of mid control on CT side. We were constantly saying, like, now Tarek's there, now JDM's getting 2 kills. Like, you had a really dominating presence in middle, and did you kind of identify that Fnatic had, like, surely they're not a team that you can predict? I feel like that a lot of people struggle to predict them.
Yeah, that's the hardest part about Fnatic. They're not like any other team in Europe. It feels like maybe like Envious is the closest, where their aim is so good that they don't need to use executes or setups. They can just play off each other and what we call in NA is scrimming around, but they're just really good at it. And it's hard. That's why it's so hard to play them, because they don't really have very many tendencies. It's just on the fly plays, and they're really good at it.
And so were you, top of the scoreboard, dude, picking up those frags. And of course, that was with a team around you, and I'm sure you will be very modest and say that it was all a team effort. But it must have been an amazing feeling starting, like your first game, you turn up, your team turns up, and so do you.
Yeah, it's the best feeling ever. We've never really had problems like on land as far as choking or anything like that. We just felt like we weren't ever prepared as much as we thought we should be. And this time, I'm
Feeling
the results.
Yeah.
It shows we prepared well.
And fantastic preparation does lead to results. There you go. You heard it here from Hayes. That's a life lesson from the desk. Moses, any closing questions?
Yeah, I just want to clear one thing up. Is you in that one-on-one over in the B-bomb site when you didn't reload, you flashed yourself through the smoke, tried to do something a little crazy. That left me scratching my head. So I'm curious. The thought process, was there a weird call from a teammate?
The call was he's low, and so I don't know what was his HP. Was it low, or was he on full health? I can't tell.
He's full.
He was full. Okay, the call was he's low. We knew he was in kitchen, and I figured he'd play behind the smoke, honestly. But the smoke was deeper than I had thought. So by the time I got through it, he was already unblind and just killed me. And so that was the idea.
Well, thank you again, Hayes. And final congratulations for both yourself and CLG. That's a big victory up against Fnatic. What is happening here at the ESL ESEA Pro League? 2 NA teams already destroying their opponents. Envious have fallen, and now Fnatic. It feels odd to say, but we've got so much more coming up after the break. Do be sure to head over to the website, though, and check out the Cologne tickets for the Ilan Access Arena. The next major is going to be going on, and that's going to be kicking off in late August. I'm looking forward to it, and so should you. But we'll be back after this.